Hello. This is still trying. Tim. We had a question on eyelids coming in here, and there's 100 different ways to fix these things. Bandages had one. I have another one that probably whoever you want to see is going to have one. So for me, I thought it was maybe easier to just show you how to do it. What I'm going to do is just take maybe the upper left lid, and we'll work on that. So this is the way the file came in. Now I'm not I'm not well versed in making these things. I make a few here and there, so I'm not the best at it. So anyway, we'll just take a look at this thing as we go along. I'm going to just kind of go over here on your armature here. The first three are your face, so let's turn those on. And one over here, there's your death bones. So there's all the death bones are on the same level there. What I would suggest in this particular case here is he's got a mesh here, or she, I'm not sure which. Couldn't see you. And I'm going to kind of zoom in here. You got these little itty bitty edge loops for your eyelids, which is okay. And when he was pulling it down, what he wants to do is have these come down as accordion, and maybe you need a couple more edge loops in there. It doesn't really matter. My suggestion is this: pick some vertexes here that you want to hold, so to speak, and just kind of hold. I'm just turning on your edges and your wireframe and all edges, so make sure I get them all. And I would put another bone in, another death bone, deformed bone, and just hold it here. Now you can put one bone in, which is what I'm going to do, or you can put several bones in. If you pull the Rigify Human MetaRig, you'll see like an eyelid bone, and then above that will be another one, and then there'll be brown bones. And you'll think, what the heck's that thing for? Well, all that's doing is holding that edge, and so you got to pick an edge or vertex, however you want to look at this thing. I'm going to pick this one right here, and I'm going to say, hey, I want to hold that one, and I just want to move this stuff down. Because one of his other problems, when he moved this down, these things are poking out. So that's indicative of a couple things. Is one, you need something to hold that edge there. Now, Bandage came up with another way to do this, and you can use his method if you'd like. His, I think, is a little more complex, but he's probably a lot smarter than I am too. I'm using a new blender here, so I may fumble around trying to find things. So anyway, let me get this armature back here, and what we want to do is maybe get some of this stuff. I don't need to, cameras and stuff like that. I don't need. So we'll take a look at this, and then I'll just kind of walk through this. So this could be lengthy because it's the first time I've looked at this mesh. And my suggestion would be to just put that bone in there, put the weight paint in there, and then putting a gradient on. But I see by the other response I probably got misunderstood. Not in weight paint, in edit mode. but there's not a tool that says this is a gradient edit mode. It's actually in weight paint, but we're not going to use weight paint. We're going to just manually do it, and I'll show you how I'm going to do that. And this is a typical weight painting pattern. So let me clean this thing up a little bit here. I'm going to get into pose mode here. We don't need all the deformed bones. We just want the ones on the eye. So let's see if we can get all those in a which make it a little easier to look at this thing as we're weight painting. I'm clicking these deformed bones, these control bones around the eye here, and that's good enough. Okay, so these are the ones I'm interested in. All right, so he had this eyelid. He brings it down, and whoo, man, that thing pops out there. How am I going to stop that? Very tedious to weight paint that. What I would do, my recommendation is, well, first thing is let's get the weight paint corrected, because obviously I'm just looking at it here. First time I've had to file, so I can see you've got your weight going way up through here. So when you do your eyelid up and down, now this isn't a human, this is a dog. Burp, burp. You may hear my dogs after I do that. I've got several dogs around here that'll pop up. You never know it. We'll take a look at the weight painting, and then we'll put in a bone to just what they call hold the edge, or there's several places you would do that, and different people have different names for them. But anyway, you're just holding one and then stretching it with the others. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. So we're going to look at the weight paint here and see what you got. And I'm just going to do the top here, and I'm only going to use one bone to hold it. You could use several with stretchy bones and that type of thing, but just to give you an idea. So the first thing I want to do here is take a look at this thing in weight paint, see what kind of weight paint we got going on here. And now what I would do in weight paint, down here you want your active bones, which means that if nothing is selected, or if there's no how to explain that, if there's no weight for the bone you selected, it's black, which means if it isn't black, you got weight on it. Does that make sense? Okay. If that doesn't make sense, best thing to do is probably go with a friend of mine, Dan Pro. He's got several very, very good videos out there. I'm not a video maker. I'm just an old man that sits here and cranks this stuff. Dan's very good. He's got one on Rigify, and through that he'll have weight painting for you. But anyway, let's select this bone. Okay, now you can see for right now that this weight is all over the place, and probably most of it is. So that would indicate to me that you probably did like automatic weights or something like that, and then that just kind of blew all around there and cleaned it up. So the first thing I do is just kind of use common sense. If I blink my left eye, does my right side move? Probably the answer is no. I'm gonna just do the top here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 bones there. You can go back. And the way I weight paint is, we're in weight paint. I selected on that particular bone. I'm gonna just add and subtract. So I'm gonna say subtract 100% weight, 100% strength, and I definitely do not want anything on this side. I don't want anything up here on the head. This probably goes around because I don't have the rest of the mesh. Do I want my upper ones to affect my lower ones? Probably not. At least I don't think so. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. So I get that. I'm going to hold that line right there, so I probably don't need any weight up here because I'm holding. I want to hold it. I don't want to mess it up by things. Now, once I clean those weights off, I'm going to just show you something real quick here too. When you're weight painting, and I'm just going to pop into edit mode and select one of these. And you see all these weights? These are all the crazy weights on this vertex. You got forehead. You got all these weights on these vertex. You don't need them all on there. We're going to clean them off. I'm going to show you two ways to do that. One in weight paint, one in edit. Doesn't really matter how you do it. So anyway, I got that bone selected. I say, well, I got 0 weights out here, but that's still showing 0 weight on that vertex. So when I select that vertex, I really don't want to show this weight. So that's something called clean. You just clean it. And you may or may not see this little doodad there, clean vertex. Below there it says keep single. People want to know what that is. You set your limit. I'm going to set 0. 0 weight. It's going to go away. And you can actually move that up a little bit for tiny weights. You know, just a little bit. Let's say here, I'm just kind of clicking it just to see where it is. Yeah, and see you even had some weights on there. 0.08. But anyway, let's set it back down to 0. Because all I'm saying is, if it doesn't have any weight on it, don't put it in my vertex script. That's all I'm saying for that bone. Now that doesn't mean if I select a vertex that there's weight from some other bone on it. It just means for that bone there, if it has a 0 weight on it, don't put it in there. Alright, so that's all I'm doing. Let's select this bone, okay? And same thing. You don't need all this weight. You haven't really weight painted this thing yet. I mean, you have played with it, obviously, but you haven't really done the job you need to do on the weight paint. So we're going to get this just real quick here. This is always long when you do these things, you know, these video things. When you do it this way, it's like it takes forever. I'm just knocking the weight off. We're going to put it right back on, maybe a different way. And I'm just going to just clean these things as I go too. I've got this one and just clean that one off. That way it won't slop over. And yeah, see, you don't want, do your upper eyelid, you don't want that muscle way down there. I mean, that is what you're attempting to do, I hope. If not, I apologize, but I just misunderstood. Alright, so that gets that off. And alright, that probably is not going to matter. Another way to do that is to just, you know, take everything off and then just put the weight back on where you want it. Alright, take that off and clean off those. I don't have any. Just put that on there. And yeah, you can do 100. Doesn't matter. We're going to put it right on that lid there. You're going to adjust these anyway. Alright, that's close enough. Okay. Now the rest of these weights you need to go clean up. When I select that one, see you got weight up here on the top affecting it. So if you're trying to weight paint your upper and you got your lower going the opposite way, you're gonna have all kinds of crazy fun. Whoops. Let me subtract that instead of add that. So that would be what I would do is I'm just making sure that on this particular doodad here you don't have weight affecting what you're trying to fix, and you don't know it, because then you, like, once you normalize this in Blender, which it does automatically, you don't have to do it, it does it itself. If you lower one weight, it's going to raise the other weight, or raise one weight, it's going to lower the other weight. Well, if you got weights on there that you don't want, you're sitting there trying to adjust that vertex, and you're going crazy trying to say, gee whiz, what's the matter with you? And that happens. Okay, it looks like you're going to move a little bit towards that corner there. I'm going to take that off and just put a little bit of that on here. Right here on the eyelids. And that's going to put a little bit up there. That's the way it is. Let's look at this one just for the heck of it. Yeah, you don't need, whoops. Forgetting to switch my add and subtract. I'm old, I'll do that. So, sometimes you want, this is a dog, so you may want some of that weight down there, you know, and he closes his eye, maybe he's not human. You might want to do it. So I'm just going to take his stuff off. What I want to do is get rid of weights that are going to impact what I'm doing on top mainly, and then do the same thing on the bottom. And do the bottom, you don't want weights on top affecting those weights either. Alright. Just gradually taking this off. And see, you've got weight. There's not much weight, but you know, just a little bit of that is just enough to frustrate the heck out of you when you're trying to tune in these vertexes. It's just enough to drive you crazy. You'd be like me once you're crazy. So let's see. Okay, that should be it. So, alright, that's close, that's close, that's close. That one isn't close. Let's get rid of that. Move that up. Okay, that's close. I'll clean that baby off too. So, let's just make sure that these are all clean. This is called being a janitor, cleaning the weights. I made that up. Okay, that's a start. All right, that's how we're going to start. Now, sometimes you can do that and just kind of clean it up, and it doesn't work too bad. Okay, well, that's not too bad on the top there, but we could do better. We could do better. Okay, so we got that part done. Save your file like a good little boy or a girl, as the case may be. And what we want to do is we want to just put a bone right up maybe in there. You could put several, like I said, if you look at the Rigify. Let's see, I'll put that at the cursor. Maybe that, see where that is. Yeah, that might work. Okay, we're gonna just add a bone. I'm in edit mode on the armature, and you could clean all this stuff up, but it's fairly simple. We're just gonna add a bone there, and just use it to, I'm gonna pull it down, and we'll pull it down and position it so I can figure out where I'm at. And I'm just gonna, I just put it on Z for now. That's good enough. And we want to name this something. I don't know. That's a bone. We want to call it DEF. It's a death bone, or at least I hope it is. If it's not, we'll make it a death bone. DEF. I think they do. I'm not sure he does an underscore. I think he does a dash. I'm trying to keep it similar. And let's call this upper lid and schedule dot L. Okay. So that wasn't too bad. Now we just want to parent that bone somewhere, and that's always a good thing to do. So I would just do it to, well, if it's Brigify, it's usually like I did at I.L or master I.L or something like that. Or you can do it to the head. Let's just do this to something on the eye here. How about master Def. I want to see. Org.I.L. Master I.L. Let's turn to that control bone. Not connected. Alright, it's deform. Okay, we're good to go. Now we just want to copy that name, def upper lid anchor.l, over to our mesh. So we'll get out of edit mode here and get over into object mode and get our mesh, and we need a vertex group. So we'll just make one up. And it has to, you know, it's got to match up to the bone. DEF dash upper, what I say, lid, upper anchor.l. I think that's what I called it. That's funny how quick we forget. You know, well, yeah, well. Just never know. Upper lid anchor.l. Upper lid anchor.l. So that's what we want that baby to be. Upper lid anchor.l. And that vertex group. Okay, upper lid anchor.l. Alright. Now you, of course, you understand you'd be doing the same thing on the other side and below and everything else. Now what we want to do is assign these vertexes here we want to hold. You know, so we want to make sure on those vertexes that we don't have anything that we don't want on them. Does that make sense? Probably not. There's a couple ways to do it. Yeah, we do it a couple different ways. So we do that and weight paint, just you know, hard way or the easy way, it doesn't matter. We're going to select this one, which has no weight on it. It's all black. 0 weights on that. Boom. And we'll just select these vertexes. See what I'm doing? I'm just holding shift and selecting these babies. Okay, I got all those. I'm going to add weight. Oh, let's do 100 add. So this part should show up red and it'll bleed over. Let's bleed over. Okay. Didn't have that one for some reason. And alright. So we got that selected. I'm gonna move it and then lock it, but I just want to see. Yeah, okay, so alright, so that's gonna be your stretchy stretch. So that's gonna hold that part when you pull down on this, that's gonna hold. I think. So let's see how that works now. Okay, see, that's much better. That's all that one issue that you were having, the eyelid there. Now the other issue is that I want to get the weight here taken care of. My suggestion was to do this in edit mode, but you could do it a lot of different ways. You could weight paint those. Typically what you're going to do is you're going to have the different bones get in the weight paint, and when you select a bone, if I did it right, now I got to turn this doodad off. Okay, so that's that one. That's that one. Okay, let's say I want this first one to come down a little bit, which means that I have some weight on this bone and some weight on these bones. So let's take a look at here. Let's do this middle one, because we do the middle one, and you can gradually weight the other ones. And you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rings here that you're gonna weight. So what I would suggest, and take a look at your armature just so we're not, I'm gonna click those two, so when I pull it down it's gonna be okie-dokie. And your shrink wrap is on your, I imagine, separate vertex groups, so I'm not worried about that. So anyway, let's pull this thing down. Alright, I don't know how far you can pull it down. How about that far? Where's that at? Oh, look, you stretchy bones over here need to be fixed on your constraints. See that? You can adjust that so that this comes down as that comes down. You might have to look that up, but that's not part of this series. At least I didn't think it was. Alright, so I'll tab into edit mode here, and I'm gonna well, first of all, let's just select all these on this edge loop here. Alright, I'm just going to select these. I think there's 3 of them here. Alright, 1, 2, 3. We're selected. Okay. What I want to do is assign that the weight that we have. Let's take a look at these here. Oh my goodness, you got all kinds of crazy stuff on here. Well, first of all, we just want the form. I'm in edit mode, remember, from weight. See, you've got some weight from your brow. You move your brow. Do your eyelid move down there? Probably not, so you probably don't want that. You got some zero weights here. You got zero weights from the right and some Fixdelid TL. Something. 2. We got some right, some left. Okay, well, first of all, let's just clean these up. Now, this is a new blender, so I gotta think here a minute. Where did I add my weights? It don't say weight anymore. Probably in here somewhere. Yeah, there it is. Weights. Clean. Clean zero weights off. We want to do that. Okay, so it did that on the selected one and didn't do it on all of them. Let me try that again. Sometimes this will work. Sometimes you got to do it the hard way. Yeah, that happens. Clean. Okay, well, that's not actually, it's cleaning off the ones out of the TL, which is okay. Well, we can do it the hard way. Alright, first thing I would do is get these weights squared away. You don't want anything on your brow, that's for sure. TLO2, I think that's that one, is it not? Yeah, TLO2, you're okay there. And you could bleed these a little bit. You know, I would, yeah, that's 3. This would be this, maybe half and half or something. I'd put a little bit of weight on there. See, that's going to pop it up just a little bit. Okay. The one you don't have on now is this one that we made. So we're in edit mode. We go down here to our one we added, which should be the last one, upper lid. It is. You see this assign weight? That's how we're going to pop that thing up. Let's start with half. You see that? I'm just moving that weight half. I'm just going to say assign that weight and see what happens. Oops, I got R instead of L. I should have this one. I don't know what the hell that is. Where that one came from. We want L. We want that one. Remove that. Upper lid anchor dot L. There you go. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that one for now. Oh, you got a mirror copy on it or something. That's okay. So anyway, and the more weight you put on, the more it's going to go towards that anchor. Up to the point. Alright, so that maybe that's not enough. Alright, same thing here. You know, alright, that one's relatively clean. I definitely don't want that one. And that's all I'm doing. It's just going to add that and that. Now see, that popped up way too much, so you know, reassign that. Okay, see what I'm doing there? There's just another way to weight paint. It's a little more tedious, but it's been around a lot longer. But it also does a very nice job. Let's put a little more weight on that one. Alright. And then these don't look too bad. Let's pull this down a little bit more. Just so we can get a better idea how that's gonna work. Pop in the edit mode there. Now remember, I didn't do any on these bones. I just am working on this one right here, which has got basically 2 or 3 that we need to push up. You might want to push that one up a little bit further. And you got to watch the weight paint will sometimes switch your vertex group unknown to you. We could do put in something like lid and just have lid there. That might not be a bad idea. Where is that thing? Where'd it go? Where'd you go, baby? Maybe it doesn't pop up on there it is. Again, we're taking a look here, and you're kind of in between 2 and 1. You probably want, I would add a little more on that. It's going to make a difference here. And then you're going to add a pretty good chunk on that one. And see how that's going to pop that up. And this one maybe not quite so much. Trying to get that nice arc there. You know. Okay. Doesn't look too bad. Now I'm just doing the one here, so let's look at this one here. Def lid, bottom lid. You sure don't want that weight on there. And then, you know, that's just cleaning that stuff up. This is mostly on 2 and a little bit on 1. Yeah. That's okay. We just want to assign some weight on that. How far is that going up? It's going up too far probably. So maybe bring it back down a little. Or maybe bring it down a little. See, I'm looking down through here. Make sure that that looks good. That don't look too bad. Now I need to add maybe just a tiny little bit down there. This is what I meant by you can do this in edit mode. Okay, there's that one. Okay, this one here you're looking at 1. Yeah. Diff lid PL. We bottom lid 03. There's another 0 weight that didn't get cleared. Really, those things will goof you up more than anything you'll ever see. We had that about 4 or 5 to start with, so let's say, whoops, that might be a little too much. Let's not pop that one up quite that far. And see, it gradually will move that just because of the stretching. This one maybe needs a little bit more on that. It's got lid and lid on 3. I sure don't want it on the bottom. And maybe put a little more up there just to kind of get a little out of that. See, what I'm doing is now is I'm just adjusting this by what I think it needs. You may have a different idea. Okay, this one here, you want to make sure nothing's on that should be on there, because this is going to match with the other one. You got a little bit of weight on one, a little bit on the other. That's probably okay. You want to make sure you don't have bottoms on there like that, because that will really goof you up. Okay, your anchor there. So now we've got kind of a nice thing going here. So what we got going on this one. We don't want that bottom one going, that's for sure, because when you move the bottom, that'll goof up, and you don't want those 0 weights on there. That's for sure. Upper and a little bit on diff. Brown. And that's okay. Yeah. So it's just playing with this. This is just teaches weight painting. That's one way to do it. Now you could do this in weight paint, paint it, but those are kind of hard to get to. Okay, we're kind of deforming that eye. How you like it? Okay, that's not too bad. Yeah, okay, I'm bouncing all over the place here, which is kind of how I do weight painting. And you're on 1, 2, 3. Should be more on this one. Yeah. Okay. And that one there, probably a little bit on 3. I'll pull it up a little. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. And this one here, we don't want the bottom stuff, and they probably want nothing on this one. Be my guess, but it doesn't matter. And a little bit on 3. I don't know if that's gonna. No, we don't want any on that one. And so maybe this one. This one you're gonna have to, on this arc in here. It's because of this thing is kind of goofed up. Let me get back into this thing here. You've got your constraints kind of goofed up there. And now I forget which one it is. It's just one of them. When you get in the pose mode, you'll find a constraint that you can adjust for this. You want it to come down more or less as you pull this one down. Then you can adjust those. But you may have done it already, and then I definitely don't want to mess you up. So anyway, that's what I'm talking about, and that just neatly pulls you down. Didn't even look at these corner ones here, but you can also, if you pull that way down, you gotta get in there. This is your shrink wrap goofing up there and pulling that out. I don't think your eyelid was meant to do that far. But anyway, if you do it at extreme and it looks okay, that's pretty extreme right there. Now, I don't know if that's how you want it or don't want it, but okay, it looks like you've got that thing right down there. See, when we did that put that weight, it's going to look a little strange to you from what you had. But I think you'll be happy doing it that way, and that's just one bone I added. You could add others and then do stretchy things when this comes down, raise your eyebrow, you might want to maybe move that up just a hair, which will stretch that up. You do things like that. When you're looking at this thing, here is your copy location, your influence there. Like if you want it further down, you can. And I'm just gonna, I would adjust that just so that it's a dog. So what are you doing, dog? Maybe not so much. Maybe a little bit more. Okay, that's adjusting its stretch there. If that doesn't work, you may have to reposition those. This one looks like it needs to go down a little too. Okay, once you get these where you want them, go back and do your weight. Now at this point you can actually do the weight painting pretty easy. You can select that and you select those vertexes and just paint them. So anyway, I think that's what you were after. And with that, I'm going to sign off. Thanks for watching, and I hope it helps you.